these Cam Newtons and these Tim Tebows, they're the potential to run quarterback. And that's the hard thing to defend.
Yeah.
And when they get it really good, they know, like, Denver plays Chicago. They know your potential.
Yeah.
They know your tendencies.
Yeah.
And they try to exploit that. But they know also that you know that, and they're trying to exploit your weakness. So it's a chess game.
Exactly.
That's what's great about football. It's like, you know, okay, you know how we operate, we know how you operate, let's see who makes it work the best. And people don't understand the chess game that's involved in a football game every single play.
Yeah.
And that's why the first half and the second half are so different, because coaches will sit in the press box and they'll watch the formations and the strategies involved, and they'll go, okay, they're doing this here, so we're going to do this over here.
Over there.
Over here, they're going over here, we can go over there.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, but really, it starts in the trenches, then there's the secondary with the linebackers, then there's the DBs. There's 3 layers of defense.
Oh, yeah.
There's, as far as offense, it's pretty much the same thing, 3 layers. There's the offensive line.
Like a 3-layer cake.
The tight end, or tight ends. Sometimes there's 2 tight ends. Like in New England, tight ends.
Oh, yeah.
Hernandez and
Gronkowski.
And then you have the running backs and fullbacks that are blocking and intermediate between the line and the quarterback.
Right.
So there's so much involved with an offense and a defense that the game is not as simple as you think. It's freaking complicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you touch on the cornerbacks and the safeties right quick? Kind of tell us what their role is.
I would love to. Your cornerbacks basically are the guys on the edge of the defense who cover your wide receivers on the offense. Basically, their job is to just completely shut down the wide receiver. Not let him get anything at all. You'll have physical cornerbacks like Champ Bailey, Darrelle Revis, who will actually physically jam the wide receiver on the line just to try to disorient him and get him off their rhythm, whatever route they're running, wherever the quarterback, decided he wanted his receiver to go. It's the cornerback's job to disrupt that in any possible way. Either the timing or just the mentality, like just get in his head a little bit. Just kind of mess with him. And then you have other cornerbacks who are kind of like your, I don't know, Chris Gamble from Carolina Panthers, or Nate Clements from San Francisco, who's actually been injured for a while, who are a little bit more on the lighter side. They kind of give you a little bit. They let you do your thing. They're basically those guys who are the scariest kind of cornerbacks.
They'll bait you.
They'll bait you, and they'll completely trick you, and they'll let you do your thing. They'll completely let you think that you're in control, and then at the last moment, they'll disrupt you. Which, I mentioned Darrelle Revis already, kind of does everything. He can pretty much do it all. He can get inside your head. He can make you think that you're getting one up on him. He's physical. He'll jam you. He'll do everything he possibly can to get inside your head and disrupt the play whatsoever. And then you have your safeties. You have a free safety and you have a strong safety. Your free safeties generally are allowed to pretty much do whatever they want. They go to where the ball is. Sometimes they'll cheat forward and you'll have a free safety blitz. Sometimes you'll have a strong safety blitz every now and then, but for the most part, the strong safety just kind of hangs back and just does his, he's more, the strong safety is more of an intimidation factor. They're hard hitting. You have your John Lynch, you have, well, not really Jerry Spurd, the guy from the Jets. I completely have. Anyways, there's just, there's few out there. Adrian Wilson, another strong safety, who's just, they're absolutely, they can be disruptive as much as they want as far as the, controlling the pass, and, if a receiver is beat, your safeties are the last in line to basically keep the receiver from getting into the end zone. Sometimes you'll have a free safety cheat forward, like I said, and go on a blitz, but your strong safeties are generally the ones that kind of hang back,
to take what you're saying to a different level, a good receiver will run a great route. A great DB will disrupt that route. It's pretty simple. Jerry Rice was the best route runner in the league. Ever. And then he got Michael Irvin, who was like, he'll run his route and then out-muscle you because he knows what you're about to do to him. I read my route, you're still on my shoulder, okay, I'm getting the ball, not you.
Right.
So it's an attitude thing, and that's great. That's the kind of way it works. It's just, it's X's and O's, it's also attitude. I mean, football is, even though it's kind of basic, it changes every minute. Every play is different.
Oh, I mean, and you think like, okay, so if you have an Adrian Wilson in the in the backfield, just sitting there waiting as a strong safety, just waiting, just baiting, whoever's about, and then you have, say, on the opposite side, just a decent receiver, Larry Fitzgerald, who beats, his cornerback, and he's coming up. Well, Adrian Wilson, I mean, obviously this is impossible because they're on the same team, but if Larry Fitzgerald's coming towards Adrian Wilson, or if Larry Fitzgerald, gets disrupted somehow or whatever, it's the safety's job to keep that play from happening any further. They run to the ball basically. They are the ones who are just like, all right, where's the ball going? That's where I'm going.
Yep. There's
so
the
basically,
line of defense.
There's the last in line.
Your cornerback and your CBs and your DBs, they have assignments. They have a receiver they're assigned to. A safety is more of a zone. More of an area he covers.
So if you have somebody like a Wes Welker or whoever who's a great route runner who gets past, it's an Adrian Wilson or a Jarius Bird's job to keep that to contain that, to keep that from getting, okay, you got a 20-yard gain. You're not getting any more. I'm going to tap, I've got to get you.
So here's a good example. We talked about the assignments of the line and the linebackers and the defensive backs and the safeties. The assignments and on the offense, the quarterback, the fake to the running back, the quarterback can do the fake you out. If the quarterback makes you think for 3 seconds that we're going to hand the ball off to CT here, and you move up on that play, you move up, that safety back there has to cover your spot. So anything you do to disrupt their sequence is what someone's got to compensate for it. That's why you see a guy get wide open because someone didn't make their assignment.
Right.
If this guy jumps on this guy because the quarterback faked him into it, you have to cover it.
Right.
So everyone's got an assignment, but there's also the backup assignment. If this breaks down, you go here.
And you
that's why you have cornerbacks and safeties. Cornerbacks are more designed on the one-on-one. Safety's more in of the zone of the area. So
you only have 2 different types of coverage. You have your man coverage, which is everybody just get a man and you cover that man and that's it. Or you have zone coverage, which means so you have your linebacker, your left and your outside linebacker branching off, and they got their little 10-by-5 zone that they're covering, or their 10-by-10 zone that they got. Well, that's their island. If anybody gets past that island, they stay.
Yeah.
They stay. That's their job. They stay because right behind them is the safeties who have their job, who have their island, which is generally more of like a 20-by-20.
Yeah.
Or a 50, a 10-by-20, kind of area.
Right.
But so.
Well, by the same token, what's very interesting is some teams do the bend and break defense. I'll give you 10 yards. I'll give you 12 yards. I'll let you move down the field and move them chains.
Oh, yeah.
You get to the red zone, I'm cracking you down. My whole plan changes. I'll let you move the ball 5-6 yards at a time.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it ain't going to happen. So there's a bend and break defense. Every team has their own identity, and every team has their own little, plan in place. And that's why you hear about red zone offense and red zone defense. And
it's like a miniature scheme all within the game.
You got it here. Now what can you do with it?
Yeah.
In most cases, nothing.
That's why you're in when all you players that remember from high school, all the goal line drills that you did, this is the reason why you did it. Because it makes or breaks the defense.
You want 7? I'm probably going to get you to get 3 or nothing.
Yeah. You're going to work for that 7.
It's
you're going
quite
to work your ass off for that 7.
Quite the battle. It's fun to watch. It's
really
fun to watch. And that's where the Jets failed this year, by the way. They just not consistent on knocking anything down on the offensive side or the defensive side. But hey, my Cowboys are no better. So we're in the same boat. But I'm just saying, the Jets should have been much, much better this year.
They should have.
With the position players they had in place.
They really had a lackluster draft also, too. So it's kind of,
that's kind of a breakdown of all the different positions on both sides of the ball. Kind of a basic rundown of what their job is and the kind of alternate job that they may or may not have, depending on the individual. Because obviously there's some of them who can do multiple things, like a Darrell Revis, or like a Wes Welker, who can do different jobs within the position, and then there's other ones who cannot, and they are specialty type players, where they have, I am the absolute best at making sure nobody passes within this 10 area.
Yeah, you're only coming in on a 3rd and 5 type of situation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is you mentioned Welker, and that's a different situation. He's an offensive guy.
Yeah.
He's trying to catch the ball, but he studies your defense on film during the week. He knows your weaknesses.
He does.
He knows where to run to. He
knows if you've
how
been
to
bad or
exploit
good.
your weaknesses.
He knows when you're
And that's
away.
the kind of guy that's dangerous because he's doing his homework.
Watches you at night on camera.
He knows what you did last summer.
And the previous summer.
Wow. I know what you did 4 summers ago.
That sounds like a bad knockoff movie. But yeah, I mean, no, there's a reason why he has about 1,500 yards this year.
Yeah.
Wes Welker?
Yeah. And followed closely by Megatron.
Well,
Yes.
you have Welker, who is able to be very athletic, but also exploit your weaknesses in your defense. Then you have Fitzgerald in Arizona, who just throw the ball in my direction, I'll catch it.
Yeah. Megatron.
You can't. How do you defend that? So we can tell you all day how football works and how it's supposed to play out, but sometimes it's just about making a play.
That's true.
Sometimes you'll literally watch a miracle happen in front of your face.
Like Jerome Simpson this week.
Yeah.
Crazy ass front flip
Wow.
shit.
I can't even do a backflip on a trampoline.
No.
I can do a front flip, like full sprint, and then almost stopping
That one thing will make him a superstar for years to
forever.
come.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
can like lay on the ground and roll. That's about as close to a flip as I can get.
Yeah.
It might not get him a bigger contract. Maybe make him bigger on YouTube.
He'll be remembered. Yeah.
Big on YouTube for sure.
Catch of the
They
year.
might pad those stats
Catch
a
of
little
the
bit
year,
on Madden,
Jerome
too,
Simpson.
for that.
Catch of the
Oh,
year.
speaking of Madden,
Catch of the year.
talking for hours. I could talk a long time about Madden.
We could, and we might just do that next week.
Some of
Just
the
have a
things that we
whole
discussed
Madden
a
segment,
while
'cause
ago
that's so
came
fun.
up in my Madden today, but I didn't go there.
So that's it for Football 102. There may or may not be a 103. We'll just see what goes on.
There probably will be.
There's some other stuff we could cover for sure. We could definitely,
Special teams.
yeah, we could break down. We didn't talk at all about the kicker or the punter.
You know what? Special teams can make or break a game real quick.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Patrick Peterson.
And all the things that they're probably thinking.
Or Ted Ginn.
Well, they pretty much told us how to play football. Not quite.
There's a lot more.
A little bit left.
I think that we might just do that. We'll continue this on next
There's
week.
a little bit left.
That'd be a great way to close out the regular season, is with a closeout on the basic breakdown of football.
Exactly. And so by the time the playoffs start, all of our fans
Yeah.
should know how to watch football and understand what's going on.
Know some of the stuff to be looking for.
By the way, tell all your friends.
Do it.
All those guys.
Spread that shit like
up there,
gonorrhea.
We love doing this show. We love showing you our ideas and our opinions on football.
California
And
wildfire.
CT loves doing the 101, 102, 103
I do.
thing.
This is great. I love it.
But I'm telling you what, it's no good if no one sees it. So tell all your friends.
Everyone.
Whoever you share it with, tell them to share it.
Yeah.
Tell them to share it, to tell someone else to share it.
Share love.
And show the
Do it.
world. Mario Spina, Carl Terry, Ed Parrott, we are just aching for the whole world to see this show.
Yes.
This show is about to get off the chain in playoffs, and you people better watch out.
Oh yeah, it's going to be great. So that'll do it for this segment. Ran a little bit longer than expected, but you know, whatever.
We'll
That's
fix
what we
it
do.
new.
That's what we do.
We
That's
make
what
it
we
work.
do.
So we're going to kick it off next segment with Holy Shit, that pisses me off with Lights Out Spina. See ya.
By the way, I started calling that Holy Piss.
Mason Crosby